So some coaches chase trophies, others build legacies. Today's guest has done both, while developing not just tennis players, but top performing student athletes year after year. He has been at Post University for nearly 2 decades, guiding both the men's and women's programs with a blend of strategy, discipline, and heart. So, who is Coach Rob Howard when he is not on the court? What are his secrets to sustain success in a competitive, ever-changing collegiate landscape? So, my name is Karina Yurchenko, and this is Behind the Court podcast. And today we're serving up the real story behind the statistics. So thank you so much for joining today, Coach Howard. I appreciate your time.
Thank you for having me.
Okay, we will start out by talking about your background. And my first question would be, who did you want to become growing up, and how did it transform into coaching?
As a tennis player, my favorite player was Bjorn Borg,
Hmm.
the Iceman. Calm, cool, and let his racket do the talking. That's the way I wanted to be. That's the way I feel I am. I don't talk a lot about me. I talk a lot about successes that other people can have.
And have you ever had a moment when you maybe thought that coaching is not really for you?
Never.
Never. You always thought that coaching is something you would like to do.
Absolutely. It's something I used to teach as a little kid. I used to teach in junior camps when I was a little older. I taught when I was in college. Um, I always wanted to learn about the game, respect the game, understand the history of the game, and always wanted to throw that information to everybody else. So always wanted to
Hmm.
do it.
How did you decide to become college coach?
Coaching kind of fell into my lap. I was
Hmm.
coaching my old high school team in Richfield, Connecticut, and I was very happy to coach there. I enjoyed giving back to the sport that I love, the team that I played for, and we won 2 state championships while I was coach. So all of a
Hmm.
sudden, Post University came to me and asked me if I wanted to go and coach at the collegiate level. And I said no. I'm very happy. This is great. I live in the same town I grew up in. I'm coaching the same team I played for, and I had a very good teaching position at a very big indoor-outdoor tennis club.
Hmm.
And they came back to me 3 different times because I said no twice. And the third time, I said yes. And I never looked back. I can't believe it's been almost 2 decades. Feels like yesterday.
What made you to change your decision? You twice said no already. What made you to say yes third time when they asked you?
When you're wanted that much, it's kind of nice. It was a good
Hmm.
feeling. Um, and the offer wasn't too shabby either.
Well, I'm glad that you're enjoying your experience. It's your first and last college that you coached, right? You never switched into anything else.
I have not.
That's amazing. Like every single coach brings a piece of their personality into the team or like wherever they go. Also to build up their coaching philosophy. What's one unexpected influence? Maybe it's a movie, maybe it's a book, maybe it's a specific figure or a person that had in your life. Maybe it's a moment from your childhood that shaped your approach to your coaching philosophy.
I have to tell you, my coaching philosophy came from two people. Steve Smith, who was the director at Tyler Junior College, the tennis tech program, who coached me while I was at Tyler Junior College first. He helped me understand about coaching, breaking down strokes, and introduced me to some amazing teachers, Dennis Vandermeer, Vic Braden, Peter Burwash. I was able
Mm-hmm.
to meet them, learn from them, coach with them a little bit. Experience was great, but the best one was Nick Bollettieri. Uh, After college, I went down to the academy. He sponsored me for a little bit on the tour, gave me some opportunities to hit with some famous players such as Andre Agassi and Jim Courier, Monica Seles, Mary Pierce,
Oh,
Steffi Graf.
wow.
Just very blessed that I had all these opportunities to hit with these great people. Um, and I liked his philosophy. Every time he talked, I felt like I could jump off a building, land, and be fine.
Oh, wow. That's amazing. Yeah, that's a great opportunity just to be able to meet all of these people. What's your favorite memory related to that time?
Um, Best memory for me, really, when I met Andre Agassi, was my roommate in college, and my doubles partner in college was a person by the name of Kevin Brown, and they were uh, friends and juniors down in Vegas. And I went to Andre. I was like, "Do you remember a kid named Kevin Brown?" And he goes, "Oh, sure, I remember him. He's a great guy." Da, da, da. And his brother's like, "Oh, him? I don't like him." I'm like, "Uh-oh, maybe not the best name to use." But I'm just like, "Oh, you don't like him because you didn't get along, but he's a great guy." And then that's how Andre kind of was very nice to me and took care of me a little bit in a sense.
Have you ever read his book Open?
Yes.
What do you think about it? I literally have it right here in my bookshelf.
Um, so I was down at the academy when a couple of those things happened. So I kind of know some things there. He wasn't happy there. He wanted to leave there, and he tried to get in trouble all the time, so he'd get kicked out. I saw
Mhm.
some things like that. But um, a really nice guy, always was friendly, always was willing to talk to you, and never made you feel um, like he was better than you. It was amazing. He is amazing.
Yeah, and he was a great player. Yeah, the book put really interesting perspective on sports, because everyone always talks, oh, how nice and fun it is. And I really like how he introduced in the book, different angle that he didn't really want to play. He had some pressure from his surrounding about it. So it was, I think the name of the book, the title really represents how he acts in the book and how he puts his thoughts and feelings together. So,
Yeah,
th-
he really opened up a lot of people's eyes into
hmm
behind the scenes.
yeah, wow. I still cannot get over the fact that you were able to meet all of these, legends of tennis, basically.
I am blessed, very lucky. I just happen to be in the right place, the right time.
How do you think this experience, in general, of being able to, as you said, being in the right place in the right time, how does it help you to build team culture right now?
Really helps me with the team culture because never say no. You can't afford to, you can't afford not to.
Hmm.
Do it. Go try it. What's gonna happen? The worst thing is you don't succeed. Okay, you go on and you're going to grow from it. And that's what I do with coaching. It's like, try this, see if it works. If it doesn't, let's try something else. But we'll find what works for you to make you a better player. And I feel that I can do that. I can make you a better player by figuring out what works for you.
That's a great mindset and approach to your players, and that sounds very inspirational. And as you said, back in the days, you had a figure who was inspiring you. So I think that's a great approach for the players to feel motivated, to step on the court, off the court, and play. Let's imagine that you have your college tennis coach diary. Maybe you have one. I don't know. What would I find on these pages, about your maybe on-court frustration, maybe some of your motivational quotes, maybe some coaching dreams, or something completely different?
I do have one, and I write quotes down all the time. I'm all about quotes.
Mm-hmm.
One of the mantras I'm talking about right now is you're only as good as your second serve. And I kind of put a quote to that and say, okay, how can I put that into my coaching? Well, you're only as good as your second serve. Can you get a second serve where you're not put on the defense right away? And if not, we're going to find you a second serve that can ha help you with that.
Mm-hmm.
And then I try to inspire myself. with different quotes and the team. And they probably get sick of all the mantras and all the quotes that I give them all the time, but I try to make them think a little bit about what their goals are through quotes.
Hmm. What are some of the other quotes that you really like, that you would like to share?
Simple ones like you win at the net, um, help them lose, um, hit one more ball over the net, keep them involved, help
Hmm.
them uh, drop their level down to your level. Because if you're losing, let's say you're level four, well, you're not all of a sudden become a great player. You're not playing well. So you have to bring their level down to your level and,
Hmm.
think about how to help them get their level down so you have a chance to be able to build your level back up.
Hmm. That's interesting. Yeah, that's a good way to put, tennis. These are such a simple thing, all of the simple things that you just said, but it makes so much sense whenever you're on the court because especially in college tennis, if we don't talk about, top Division 1 teams, for example, coming with your just make one more ball in. In college tennis, I feel like, especially in Division 2, low Division 1 schools, it's just about who makes less mistakes, honestly, from
Yes,
my
right?
perspective.
Really is that way. So let's keep it simple and let's not go crazy about what our goals are. Keep the simple
Hmm.
goals. And you're right, hit one more ball over the net. Make them do
Hmm.
one more shot. See if you can make them make the mistake because it's there to happen.
Hmm.
Let it happen.
Yes, exactly. This year, during our season, I had to play against the same girl twice, once in regular season and then in the finals of conference tournament. And during regular season, she played the exact same game style as I do. And I lost against her like 7-6, 11-9 on the tie break, and then
Oh,
6-3
close.
second set. And then during conference tournament, I dropped the first set again because I tried to play in my own style. And then I told myself, okay, calm down. Let's just make one more shot than she does. And that was my strategy for the rest of the match. I was like, I will just make another ball in and let her to make a mistake. And I ended up winning 6-0, 6-2, second and third
Wow.
set. So that's such a simple thing that you said. But yeah, on collegiate level,
Works.
yeah, it works. It helps to win matches. So just an example to prove your point. Okay, let's move a little bit more towards team and your program. I know that you've coached both, men's and women's teams for over 15 years. Do you feel there is a difference between coaching men's and women's teams, or is it pretty much the same for you?
It's very different in my eyes. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
when it comes to coaching the men, you can be a little bit more aggressive, loud, and to the point. And they won't remember 5 minutes later that you yelled at them.
Mm-hmm.
With the women, you have to have conversations. You have to explain what your goals are, what I want from you, what we're trying to do. You can't bark at them orders because they're not going to listen.
Mm-hmm.
Respectfully, I understand that. I always say this. I have a daughter. She's amazing. She helped me learn how to coach college women because
Mm-hmm.
I helped her through her tennis and I would yell at her or tell her off and she'd be like, Dad, this isn't working. I love you, but not working. And we would talk and have those conversations. And she goes, This is much better. I can
Mm-hmm.
work with this. And I go, someone who loves me, someone who's intelligent. I've raised her well, I believe. And why wouldn't I treat everybody else like that? So
Mm-hmm.
I coach the women a little bit differently. I don't want to say I am not very disciplined with them. I am, but it's not barking orders. It's explaining what our goals are, what we're trying to achieve. And, sometimes it's a little, you're disappointing me. Let's step up versus
Mm-hmm.
a little loud, aggressive yell.
Mm-hmm. What were some of the goals that you had for this past season, and how many of them did you accomplish?
Number one goal for me is for us to have fun. It really is. If we're not having
Mhm.
fun out there, I want to hear my team say, "Can we stay a little longer?" I love when that happens. And it happens a lot because we're having fun. We're working hard. We're sweating. We're exhausted, but it's fun. It's not training just over and over boring stuff. We try to make it where it's exciting to be here and we're learning and we're challenging ourselves. I'm right on the court with them, hitting balls. Let's play some doubles. Let's go. I'm gonna do this serve. Let's see if you can hit it back. And why aren't you coming into net? I am. And then they start
Mhm.
coming to net because they see I'm coming to net, and all of a sudden, I get them to come to net. It's great.
What are some of the other ways for you to make tennis fun for your players?
A lot of it is sarcasm. I'm a very sarcastic person, and I just try to make jokes all the time. And for instance, and this is kind of embarrassing, but like all my freshmen, I always say their name wrong. And they're always like, Coach, it's, Cece. Oh, I know. It's fine. Say. It's just not going to come. Freshman year, they don't have a name that's right. They
Mhm.
earn that in my thoughts. And it becomes funny because everybody who has been here already know this is happening. And everybody
Mhm.
chuckles and says, don't worry about coach. He's going to do this all year anyway, so don't try. Um, but it's fun and it's funny and it's something I do just to make it light.
Mhm.
A lot of other things, like I said, we try to play points and I'll try to do something where, I'm making the the best player in the court play with me and we're losing to the worst team, my number four doubles team. And she's like,
Mhm.
"How are we losing?" I'm like, "It's not my fault, must be you." And just make it a joke where we're having fun. But I'm also teaching my number one player that, hey, doubles is a team here. You got to help
Mhm.
me build me up. Why am I missing all the shots? Obviously, she wasn't losing the points. I was. Why aren't I playing well? You're not getting me back in focus. You're not cheering
Mhm.
me on. You're upset at me. Well, that's not going to help me win a match. And then they start thinking, oh, wow, you're right. I need to help my partner. I might be the best player on the team, but I need her. I need her to be
Mhm.
successful. I can't just bark at her. I need to help her along the ride. Um, Things like that just to keep it fun.
Yeah, that sounds like, people who would come to your practice will definitely have a lot of fun. Do your girls have certain traditions on the team, before matches, during practices that they would do?
There are, and a bunch of it's just on social media. They love taking their pictures,
Mm-hmm.
photos before a match and do that little. I don't even know what it's called, but when you take the picture, it moves a little bit, and they love doing those things. It's a lot of picture taking and a lot of social media stuff like that, which is great. And I enjoy that they're happy doing it.
Mm-hmm. And that's what matters.
Eh, Honestly, there are two things that are very important to me. Academics and that you're here having fun and want to be here.
Mm-hmm.
That's all I care about. So, yes, I do classroom checks. Yes, I'm always involved with talking to your professors. Yes, my college team has won an award at the university the last 5 years for having the highest academic GPA on campus. That doesn't happen by accident.
Mm-hmm.
It's because I care. And all the kids have fun wanting to go to practice. That's what I want for them. I want that college experience to be a fun, happy, great time that you're talking about later on in life.
Yeah, especially it's such a unique experience. I think I'm talking about it to every single person I ever meet throughout this journey. But, tennis being an individual sport throughout the whole life, and majority of collegiate tennis players not gonna go professionally to professional tour. So it's basically a unique experience for us to be part of the team while still playing our favorite sport that we were, lonely wolves throughout our whole career. So I'm glad that it's a priority for you to have your players, having fun and just enjoying their experience. Talking about your practices, if someone walked into your practice and never met you before or your team, what would be the first thing that you would like for this person to notice?
for them to notice that my team communicates with me and they
Hmm.
communicate with each other. It's not a quiet practice. It's not a loud practice, but it's a practice where everybody is communicating. It's
Hmm.
not just I'm just focusing on hitting my ball and this is it. It's a team atmosphere. It's you hear people saying, "Wow, great shot. Oh, look at that. It's amazing what you just did." Or, "Hey, why aren't you moving? Let's go. You could do better than that." It's a communication from not just me, but from the whole team. We
Hmm.
talk, we push each other. Um, and it's a family. Just like a family, we argue, but we respect each other, and it all comes down to respect. And if you can
Hmm.
respect everybody, you're going to have a team, a family, and building of a great bond.
Hmm. Yeah, that's awesome. I feel like having a family is very good point that you made. Because again, most of the people they're not gonna live with their parents, they probably live far away. So that's amazing that you're trying to build a family within it. And going back to academics, you mentioned that your team has won a bunch of different awards for academics. What do you think helps you or your team to stay motivated in terms of school and take it responsibly? Is it just like inner motivation for success, or is there anything like, is it push from you? You have to study and get good grades, or how does it work?
I never have to push to, you have to study, you have to get good
Hmm.
grades. Most of the women and men that come to my team, they're motivated women and men in the first place. Um, But if they know that what my expectations are for you to get a great education, then they understand what their goals are here.
Hmm.
I'm not, that's why I say do classroom checks. That's why I say I talk to the professors. They know that I'm actually caring about their academics just as much as, hey, did you go to the trainers and stretch out before you came here? It's, hey, did you go to your professor yesterday because you missed a class because we had a match the other day? Two different questions, same part of responsibility.
Hmm.
So they are happy that I want them to be disciplined with their academics just as much as their tennis. They want that,
This is awesome. Yeah, and for college, I mean, it's student athlete, student comes first, before
right?
athlete. So that's awesome that you're so invested into this process as well. Okay, we will move more towards recruiting now,
Okay.
and we will talk about process of the videos for recruits who would like to start their journey. So for the first question, whenever you watch the video, what stands out to you the most?
Um, I'm probably going to say it in a different way that you're looking for. Whenever I
Okay.
watch the recruiting video and I see them being fed balls, I am like, oh, I don't want to see that. I want to see you playing points. I want to see you running for balls. I want to see your energy on the court. I want to see how you're going to handle adversity. I don't want you winning every point. Matter of fact, I hate when you play against the pro or somebody that you're friends with and they make you look great. Like, that's not real tennis.
Mhm.
I can't stand those videos. It doesn't help me at all. Great. Your friend, your coach, whoever is hitting with you is making you look great. That is not your opponent here at college. I
Mhm.
want to see you lose some points. I want to see how you handle yourself after you had a 20-point rally and or a 20 shot rally and you didn't win it. How are you
Mhm.
handling yourself? Are you going to cry? Are you going to throw your racket? Are you going to swear? Are you going to put your head down and shrink? Or are you going to be like, okay, do it again?
Mhm.
I want you to sprint for that ball, even though you don't think you're going to get to it. Because, oh, maybe you do. That's the videos I'm looking for.
Mhm.
So a lot of times I'll be very interested in a player and I'll call them or talk to them and say, hey, can you do another video for me? And this time, don't have anybody feed you balls, play points. And I don't want you playing points against a friend or you're a pro or anything like that. Play against somebody that you play points against and compete with.
Mhm.
That's what I want to see.
Do you think it's still relevant to put this like standard template for the video, when they hit from the baseline and then it's cross court, or should it just be like, okay, that's the match play?
I like the match play because I can see your strokes. I can slow
Mm-hmm.
down the video. I can stop the video. And I believe I have a good enough eye. Again, I've been coached by the best in many ways that I can see the stroke and see what will work or what I can coach or what won't work and what I can't coach. For instance, there's a lot of players from South America that I look at. They're all playing on red clay. And I'm like, you are going to play on hard court.
Mm-hmm.
You're going to have to change your strokes drastically to be able to play on this hard court. You're you're 20 feet behind the baseline and you're hitting high rally balls. Great
Mm-hmm.
for red clay, but it's not going to happen here. You need to show me a little different. Um,
Mm-hmm.
and sometimes they don't understand why I'm talking about that. And sometimes I've recruited players where I didn't think they were coachable in the sense that I can bring them closer to the baseline. And then they get mad because they keep hitting their racket against the screen in
Mm-hmm.
the on the fence. And I'm like, that's your fault. Like, this is not clay court anymore. We're on hard court. You have to stand up, take the ball on the rise, and be aggressive, win at the
Mm-hmm.
net. You can't hit 25 ball rallies here. It's college tennis.
Yeah, exactly. A lot of people they don't really have an opportunity to play tournaments like international tournaments, ITF or UTR competitions. Do you think a good video of their match play can help them to like get an offer?
Excuse me.
You're good.
No, thank you. Sorry.
You're good. Yeah, so do you think a good video can help somebody who doesn't have an opportunity to play tournaments?
Absolutely. Like I said, you can see the stroke production. You can see them trying to take the ball on the rise. You can see them moving for balls and being aggressive going to the net. I don't even care if you don't volley that well. I'm looking for positioning and are you willing to take a risk? I can coach
Mm-hmm.
the volley. I can teach you how to volley, but can I get you there? If you want to go
Mm-hmm.
there, then I can start working with you and teach you how to volley and what our goals are.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's a great thing because I have a lot of people who ask me, oh, how much my UTR should be. Oh, I don't really have an opportunity to travel somewhere and play tournaments. And somebody told me once, oh, yes, coaches don't really want to see the match play. They want to see your results and that's it. So I'm glad that you can confront this opinion and say that it actually can play a big role
It can.
in the recruiting
I,
process.
I, my team has never been able to recruit a very high UTR.
Mm-hmm.
I've been able to recruit a very high, disciplined, eager, coachable player, and I
Mm-hmm.
can make them have a high UTR.
That's awesome. That's great. Yeah. Is there anything else that you would like to share about yourself, your team, or the program that we didn't cover so far?
Um, a couple things about the program. Um, I emphasize on my team that we practice a lot, we play a lot, but we have to respect each other.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not just each other, but everybody on campus and everybody around us.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I'm trying to give life lessons here more than I am just trying to compete and win tennis. I'm trying to build people that they want to go out to the community and be successful.
Mm-hmm.
That's my program.
That's a great mindset. Thank you so much for sharing this. I'm pretty sure a lot of people can relate to this idea. Okay, so for our last part of this interview, I would like to play a game that is called Never Have I Ever. So
Great.
I will tell you certain activities and you tell me if you've ever done it or not. Okay? So for the
Ready.
first one, never have I ever pretended to be calm during a match, but was absolutely losing it inside.
Yes. I have been crazy inside and tried to be calm. So yeah, I guess yes.
Okay, for the next one. Never have I ever overruled my own player during the match.
I pretty much do that every match. But that's okay because every time I've done it, the player always comes over and says, Coach, you were right. I kind of was wishing it out. And my players don't cheat. I don't believe everybody cheats. I just
Hmm.
sometimes feel it's such a pressure situation that it's out, but they know better. And when I
Yeah.
say something, they're like, you're right, coach. Thank you for doing that. And then that
Hmm.
player never does it again. It's great.
Hmm. That's so funny. For the next sentence, I have never have I ever forgotten a player's name during the first week of practice, but you already said that you mispronounce your player's
Every
names.
freshman's name.
So
Every
that's so funny.
every freshman's name. I've gone to the point where I had a player, his name was Anton, and I used to call him Steve.
That's brutal. Okay, for the next one, never have I ever been late to practice and blamed it on traffic.
Um, I've done that, be honest.
Hey, I appreciate your honesty. Okay, and for last two, I have never have I ever intentionally not responded to recruit.
No,
You always respond?
always,
That's so awesome. That's great.
always.
And that
There's
yeah,
maybe not the best um answer, but always.
at least it's an answer. So
Right.
okay, for the last one, never have I ever secretly judged my player's choice of warm-up music.
Oh, I've yes, I have.
How
Constantly.
does how does the playlist of your players look like?
It's so slow. I don't understand it. It's
Really?
yes, so slow. And I'm like, I'm falling asleep. I don't understand how this is motivating us. Yeah, a lot of times I'm doing that a lot.
Well, thank you for playing and being honest in these questions. I really appreciate it. Well, that's all I had for today. Thank you so much for your time and your responses. I definitely got a lot of insights for myself personally, and I hope it will be helpful for other people to learn about your program as well. So, thank you so much for your time.
Thank you for this opportunity. I think you're doing a great job and I appreciate it.
Thank you. And for all of the listeners, I will leave a bunch of different links for school website, for team's website, for their social media, contact information, so everybody can have an access to dive more into all of the details, school and tennis related. And yes, see you in the next episode. And yeah, that's it. Thank you so much. It was amazing. You're such a funny person to talk to. I can tell why you bring fun as your major goal